What is up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. How's everyone doing? Let me know as you guys enter how you guys are doing so far this week on a beautiful Tuesday. Also, is Tuesday working for everyone? I know that we have some people that watch the live stream after the fact too, which is pretty cool. I always get comments on it afterwards and stuff, so that's pretty rad to see. But if you guys are new to the live stream, we usually wait a little bit to let some people join on in, and then we just ask some questions, or you guys ask me questions, whatever you guys want to hear and talk about and whatnot. We just talk about here on the live stream, whether it's Toyota related, life related, whatever questions you guys have. Don't be scared to throw them into the comments at all. And also, if you guys want to leave a like on the live stream, that way people know that it's going on, I do appreciate it. But Sky's Lit's in here, Jimmy's in here. What is up, guys? How's it going? Hope your guys' week is going really well so far. So we have some Tundra content and stuff that just dropped today. Made a video about it. We have the TRD Rally package. Looks like it's built off an SR5 or a low-grade limited based on the lights. But with a lot of these photos and stuff that Toyota does, it's not really an actual model for them. More of just like, hey, what truck do we have? Let's kind of slap this stuff on it real quick for some promotion. Because if you look close at that truck, it also had like a dual-tip TRD exhaust as I started to look closer after I was done editing and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see when the actual production one comes out. The cool thing, though, is automatic tailgate on the Tundra, which should have been there from day one. Massaging seats, cool. And Sequoia 1794 is pretty good. I also did miss that the SR5 is finally getting power seats standard as well. So what's up, everyone? Mr. Sheep, how's it going in here? John B, what is up? FSEB, how's it going? Ray in here too. Jimmy, everyone. Ryan says, how's that GX 550 Overtrail Plus treating you? My wife has actually driven it more than me right now. Oh, Chris is in here too. What is up, man? How's it going? My wife, so this is our new press vehicle for the next week. I've been blessed with GX, guys. I had one in Tampa for a week. It was a Luxury Plus, and now we have the Overtrail Plus here at the house. So I was able to compare an Overtrail Plus. My buddy Blake, he has one, only had like 2 hours maybe with it, something like that. But now we have one for a full week, which is pretty cool. So definitely gonna be driving it around and doing some comparison videos with the 4Runner, because I feel like the Overtrail is a little bit more of an evolution from the 4Runner, especially like the base one, than the Land Cruiser is. That's just kind of what I think. And then also comparing the Overtrail to the Land Cruiser as well, since they are both two-row SUVs. But we have about 56 people in here right now, guys. I'll do the whole intro spiel. If you guys are new to the live streams, we just hang out, talk. You guys can just put questions and stuff into the comment section. Sometimes we run about 10 minutes behind or so, but I try to get to everyone's comments as soon as possible. And I like to just kind of give you guys a little bit more of a answer sometimes versus just, you know, a very quick answer. Sometimes it is a quick answer if we are a little bit behind, but yeah, that's how these live streams go. And it's just me talking. Sometimes we'll later on in the live stream maybe get on the internet and stuff and show you guys stuff or go over something if it's a very good topic. But for the most part, as of right now for these live streams, we just BS and we just talk. So FSEB says TRD Rally seems like an idea they got from Taco Vinyl, for sure. I really wish that they showed us the interior in those promo photos, because really all it looks like on the outside is, you know, some vinyl on the truck. So yeah, I mean, that may be an indicator, right, that we may be getting the refresh next year with a quick little parts bin kind of thing with like the TRD wheels and stuff, trying to get them on more models or whatnot. But yeah, it does seem like it's built off an SR5 TRD off-road or like a low model limited. Ray, what's up, man? How's it going? Jimmy says, I still don't like the new front end of the Tundra. Super disappointing. Hopefully, maybe the refresh one, whenever we get that, will be a little bit like the Tacoma and Sequoia. Just a little bit more of a actual grill to it versus just a massive mustache that goes around the side and then the black right there in the middle of it. Tom, what is up, man? He says, my Toyota service manager told me that they'll be recalling Tundra's 3rd gen for loose/broken volume knob. Little silly, but hey, just another thing. That would probably be a TSB versus a recall because it's not like a safety thing. It's just a volume knob. But I can see them doing that. I still don't know how people do it, I guess. Maybe once it happens for me one time, I'll be like, oh, that was weird. But I see it so much on the Facebook page that these volume knobs are just like cracking off. And I'm like, you just turn the volume. I don't know how it's happening. I'm not defending it because obviously it's happening and a lot of people are having the issues, unfortunately. But like, I've even tried to tug on mine a little bit, just like when I had my 3rd gen Tundra. It never broke off. I don't know if it was just a good one. And you know, it goes back to all those things with the 3rd gen Tundra. Some are built way better than others. Some are built not as good. Some are like Friday builds, right? Other ones are like Wednesday builds when everyone's all awake and ready to work. I don't know. But my seat never had issues with that thing cracking. That I really don't understand. And then the volume knob as well. Never saw that. Even on my Tacoma, it's pretty solid too. But hey, if it fails, it fails, and I'll definitely let you all know. But that would, I believe, probably more of a TSB or something for that. But everyone joining in, what is up, guys? What is up? If you guys could leave a like on the live stream, that way other people can see it a little bit later on. Helps out the YouTube algorithm. Any content creator that you guys watch, if you guys enjoy their content, it's literally free. You just tap a little button and it helps them out more than you guys know. PJ, what up, man? He says, having driven a hybrid, how do you think that the power compares to the regular iForce? I have a regular iForce Max now, trying to decide if I want to go hybrid. So my next truck will be a hybrid just to experience it a little more. It's fun to drive. A lot of good low-end torque, but like it doesn't really feel a whole lot different just, you know, day-to-day driving, but it's really on passing power and immediate acceleration. Just cruising and stuff, you can't really tell the difference, honestly, between the two, but passing power on the highway and just, you know, that immediate kind of acceleration with the trucks, you'll really notice a difference. And if you tow a lot with your Tundra too, that is where the big difference is. I've heard from a lot of people. Arham, how's it going, man? Says, a bit sad that we didn't get a better or at least a refresh front end on the Tundra, but massaging seats actually makes it worth buying the higher end trims compared to the fully optioned out limited. I agree with that. Sequoia 1794 looks fire. It is for sure. And then Ryan too saying, yep, it will most likely be a TSB, not a recall. Yep, because recalls, guys, are more for actual safety issues, right? Like back in the day when Toyota had the whole floor mats debacle with floor mats sliding up and sticking on accelerators. That is a safety issue. So there's a massive recall for that. These engines locking up and stuff on the 3rd gen Tundras, that's an actual recall. The fire for the brake line or for the fuel lines and stuff, an actual recall. So TSBs are more of kind of things like, hey, this is an issue with the truck, but you know, we can kind of fix it kind of a little bit when the time comes or something like that. Taco Tundi, how's it going, man? What is up? How is it going? Blondie in here, new or old 4Runner? It's hard, man. Gotta love both. Gotta love the old 4Runner for what it is. Reliable, dinosaur, a freaking tank. But I am going to enjoy the new one just for the powertrain and the upgraded tech alone. That is for sure. Josh, how's it going, man? Welcome to the live stream. Says, hey, John, thanks for hosting the live stream. Curious to see what updates are coming on the Tundra. So you could check out the video that I posted early this morning, 6 a.m. So good for the algorithm, right? Actually, the video is doing pretty good, which I appreciate you all watching. So Tundra, we got the brand new TRD Rally, they say, or Rally package that's going to have some Bilstein shocks on it. Really seems like it's just built on kind of a TRD off-road of either a SR5 Premium or a Limited without many features on it. It's going to have soft tech seats. I really wish we were able to see the interior of that in Toyota's little teaser thing. You also get massaging seats in the Platinum, $1794, and Capstone. And Tundra finally gets a automatic tailgate like the Tacoma has. I thought that they were honestly going to wait for that until the refresh, but it's cool that they're actually doing that relatively early right now. So that's really nice to see. Daniel, what's up, man? Says that earth color on the GX has grown on me a lot. Looks great. You know, the funny thing is I got a question earlier from Ryan actually saying, hey, which one do you like better, quicksand, earth, or mud bath? And I told him mud bath, but I may be going back on that with this GX sitting in my driveway because these Florida sunsets at night, man, and just looking at that vehicle in overcast weather, the earth looks great. Mud bath looks great too. I just like colors with a little bit of metallic flake. Both of them have metallic flake. I don't think that quicksand has a metallic flake to it. I've never really looked at it, you know, kind of close. But yeah, I think that this mud bath, man, it looks so good, especially with the black roof too. Dang. Sean, what's up? Says, do you think that the third gen Tundra to this point has been a failure? And do you think Toyota's brand is impacted long term? I think it's definitely impacted short term for sure. It definitely stinks. And it hasn't been a complete failure, but I don't think that it is anything like Toyota was wanting it to be. So people are still buying them. If they were a total failure, I feel like, you know, they wouldn't be selling at all. The values would be dropping even more on them. So I don't think it's been a complete failure. It definitely has not been the launch that Toyota had anticipated with that truck. The first thing was the turbo failures from a third party. Tons of recalls throughout it, right? And now this whole main bearing issue because of debris and stuff that just went unnoticed for so long, right? And never really had a fast fix, I guess, or like they even know what time frame like the fix was really done. So it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But long term, I really hope that they bounce back with this. I hope that you know, the refresh, whenever we get that, it's more solid materials and stuff. Just a better truck, you know. I really, really hope so. I have faith because the Tacoma, even though the Tacoma is a lot of plastic on the inside, it's a solid vehicle. It's a very solid vehicle. So the Land Cruiser, very solid vehicle, except for what you guys have been talking about. Maybe we got a little something going on up there. And there are a lot of people actually in the Land Cruiser video that said that they had that same sound going on. At least, at least 10 to 15 people in that road trip vlog video that had the same issue that commented. So that means that there are more people out there having that kind of wind noise issue. And it's not wind noise, it's more of like something is just placed in the wrong spot because it's overly obnoxious than like what it should be. Mr. Sheep says, is the new 4Runner bigger than the new Tacoma, or is it about the same size? It's about the same. It's about the same size because it has all the same dashing and stuff, but like the interior space obviously is a lot bigger than the Tacoma, but width-wise and everything, it's pretty much the same. It's on par with this new Land Cruiser. It's a bit bigger, a couple inches here and there than that 4Runner, longer longer wheelbase in the new 4Runner, a little bit wider, a little bit longer, and I think it's a tad taller than that one. And actually maybe a tad shorter because the roofline is pretty sloped on the new 4Runner. Still a 2023 TRD off-road 4Runner on my local lot. So tempted, dude. If that's brand new, that should be a killer deal, Scotty. That should be freaking awesome if they're able to make something work with that. Everyone joining in, what is up? I appreciate you guys joining into the live stream on Tuesday. What are we, 5 weeks in a row? Something like that, guys? I think. Actually, no. We did skip because we were in Tampa like a week or two ago. But we've been doing pretty good lately. We've been doing pretty good. John says, curious on what the main difference is between the TRD package and the Rally. If I'm going to go out on a limb, I'm going to say, excuse me, maybe some color matching bits. And maybe it is based off of Limited just because of all the color matching bits. Because if you looked at the photos and stuff, the rear bumper, like it wasn't chrome like an SR5 would be. It's kind of unique that they chose to use just a normal Limited grill or SR5 grill on that Tundra. and not a TRD grill, even though it's a TRD rally package thing. It would have been cool if they just put the Pro grill on it, like without a light bar. That would have been nice. You know, instead of it just being kind of decals. I don't know. Maybe this is just like kind of a concept photo that they have of it. Maybe the other one, they'll add a couple extra things to it. But I think it would have been cool to have a lot of the TRD bits on there. When will the 4Runner hit the dealerships? Dude, if I'm gonna like give you guys a legit, somewhat ballpark answer, it's gonna be like January to February. I would think. Like, I don't even know when our new drive event is gonna be yet, right? They're saying it's gonna be later in the year, early next year potentially. So I mean, I don't really know, and whether that's if they're gonna start shipping 4Runners prior to our drive event or what, I have no idea. I'm on a list in a couple places to hopefully get one of the first 4Runners. Definitely looking to purchase probably out west with the 4Runner, just because it's going to be coming from Japan. So we know that out west is going to get all the Toyotas first. I'm trying to get hooked up with Longo Toyota. They are a massive dealership out there, and I know that they'll get one of the first. And with this kind of 4Runner delay, I'm not sure if the hybrids are going to be even more delayed, but I am still looking for a hybrid, and I keep going back and forth TRD Pro or TRD Off-Road Premium, but I'm weirdly kind of leaning towards the Pro now. I don't know why, but I really wanted a TRD Off-Road Premium in the Everest color, but I may be leaning towards that. So. Blondie, I see you doing a couple in here of new or old 4Runner. So guys, I do get to the questions not as fast, so don't think that I am ignoring you, because as of right now, I am 12 minutes behind on questions. So maybe I should delay as the questions come in, but maybe that will make people spam them even more. I have no idea, but yeah, both are good in their own respects, new and old. JC Socks says, hey John, I traded in a 23 Platinum for a 24 4Runner in fear of engine issues, but it's a hard adjustment. Do you think that the engine issues will continue into 25? I really hope that they nipped it in the butt by now for 25, because there have been some 24 failures. So that goes to show that they really haven't dug in like deep into this until like the recall. We have to find it, what's going on, new manufacturing process. Let's make sure all this stuff is good. So I really, really hope that the 25s are good, right? Because there have been some 24 failures. So I'm hoping, man, that the 25s will be good. And definitely it's a big adjustment. Smaller vehicle, SUV, no power at all compared to the Tundra. Glass City says, John, are the changes from your video the mid-cycle Tundra changes? No, they are not the mid-cycle Tundra changes. I believe our mid-cycle Tundra changes will probably be 26 as like a, we probably will see it this year, potentially, as a 26 model. That's what a lot of the rumors are saying, right? I don't have any official information yet, but there will be different like stuff. It'll be noticeable, right? Different looks to it a little bit, probably different interior as well, new updated tech and the gauges and everything too. So I think that we will definitely realize when that refresh is actually here for the Tundra. Anthony said, got a 24 Tundra TRD Pro being built. Wifey works at HQ. Kind of wanted a Tacoma. Thoughts? The Tacoma's, I enjoy the Tacoma better than the Tundra, for sure. There is always something special about a TRD Pro. It's really nice. I'm actually getting, so this is sweet. I've been hooked up with press vehicles. So mine is out of the Atlanta fleet right now. The Atlanta fleet finally got like a good amount of vehicles into it now. So we have the GX Overtrail Plus, getting a Tacoma TRD Pro, getting a Tundra TRD Pro right after that. So that's going to be cool videos and stuff. So it'll be really nice to go Taco to Tundra Pro like right after one another to really see which one is better. But man, I really enjoy the Tacoma, and it's a true pro, like off-roader. Like the TRD Pro Tundra is awesome. It has good suspension and stuff. The interior is unique. But the Tacoma TRD Pro actually has like pro stuff with it, which is kind of crazy. PJ says that his volume knob broke off from detailing the interior, basically wiping down the dash and going over that knob, and bang, it just cracked. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. that is just that easy. I've just never really, like, man, that's just so wild. Maybe, you know, some, they're just not manufactured a good enough way as in, you know, other people's are. David, what is up from SoCal? How's it going? Originally from San Diego myself. Well, this is the Oceanside area, but, you know, blanket the whole county, San Diego. Envy your weather right now, bro. I'm sure it's really, really nice. Ricky says, how you liking the Tacoma? I'm picking up one next month. I'm really enjoying it. After being back in Florida, you know, and not being out west with the Tacoma, I'm definitely not driving it as much as I would like or doing stuff as much as I would like with it. So I don't know. I do really enjoy the Tacoma. There's just other things on my mind and other projects right now. And we did build that one up pretty quick. I'm going to enjoy the little bit slower of a build that this Tundra is going to have. But the Tacoma we built up really quick, but I do really, really enjoy it. Armin says that I'm tempted to go look at a Platinum at my local dealership, $7,000 off, but I'll probably wait for the 6th gen 4Runner. Until then, gonna keep my 22 SR5. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Cripple Creek says, finally took delivery of my 4Runner TRD ORP, even starting an Instagram. Sure feels really solid, just like a tank. I'm really stoked. Dude, send your Instagram to me here or somewhere. I'll start following you because your support on the channel has been absolutely awesome, man. Ricky says that I got a TRD Sport with almost no options. I just need all that fancy stuff. It is nice to have the fancy stuff sometimes. We don't really need it, but like once you have it, and then once you don't have it, you're kind of like, oh wow, I actually really enjoyed all that fancy stuff. Chris from Rochester, New York, how's it going? We still, that V8 option, a V8 option would be nice, but man, even Dodge is going away from the V8s, right? I'm sure Chevy and Ford, they'll be soon to follow eventually, man. It just sucks that it is what it is and the EPA standards, and it's not for MPG stuff. It's more for the EPA standards and whatnot too. And Toyota does not pay fines at all for having bad emissions. They just always play by the book. So they're like, hey, it's gone. See you later. So I don't know. I hope that cars are still fun in the future. I don't want electric trucks and electric everything. It's not fun. Red Rooster says, with the recent news from Nissan, do you think that Toyota should buy the brand and make the Titan their entry into the HD market? What the heck is going on with Nissan? I saw that Kurt did a video, but I don't know all the updates actually on Nissan. And holy crap, guys, chat is actually going pretty wild today. So thank you guys so much. I am very behind, so I may actually have to skip quite a few because we're about 12 minutes behind, and I see probably 50 or so freaking things. So if you guys kind of have asked the same questions, I may just skip them for now. But just know I appreciate everyone commenting. But when we have 100+ people in here, it's a little hard to get to everyone. But I do overly appreciate it. PJ says that massaging seats, yo, I'm sold on the Platinum then. Dude, I think that the Platinum is going to be the one to get for sure. I am excited for the refresh, and I'm either going to go Pro or Platinum on the refresh. I think I'm going to do a 6.5-foot bed again, so I may lean towards Platinum and definitely going hybrid. No tow mirrors for me. The tow mirrors, they were cool. It looked the part, but God, they were just not the best. They shook too much and like rattled, and they were kind of a blind spot. EKG Canadian, how's it going? What's really surprising is that Toyota doesn't offer the non-hybrid in the Sequoia. That would be something that would be cool. The fact that they just went straight hybrid with it, I don't know. I mean, the Sequoia is pretty low numbers anyways, but it would be nice if they did a non-hybrid version or just gave you a version like the Land Cruiser that, you know, just had 2 rows, that you didn't even have to mess with the rear seats at all. Francisco, how's it going? Says, oh, what the heck did I just do? Click something. What about the Land Cruiser? Is it good for city driving? Love the one without the sunroof. I don't really fit in the ones with it. Land Cruiser is great for city driving. It actually gets good little gas mileage, especially for this 4-cylinder engine that it has. And the hybrid stuff, man, it gets up and goes. And for the most part, like we're averaging around 22 right now with our Land Cruiser. I think the last time I was in it said like 22.9. But I know that it's a little bit higher from our road trip that we just had. So I know it's going to go down. But yeah, we're around, 21 to 22 with it. Rob, what's up, man? He says, do you feel that the Sequoia will have a limited edition 1794? I don't know if they would. It seems like right now, because they're kind of later in their life cycles, not later in the life cycles, but like the first couple year hype is gone. You have 1794 limited edition. Now you have this TRD Rally Edition package, and then there's going to be like these little things almost every single year just to kind of help keep some hype within the market. But I don't know. That would be crazy if they did a 1794 limited edition on the Sequoia. All that would look so good with the dark black chrome and everything. My gosh, that would be awesome. I do agree with this. The TRD Pro should be upscaled. It should be built off the Platinum platform, and it would be really, really cool to see an actual versus like a Tremor or something like that on the Platinum or on the TRD Pro. Francisco also says it's just funny to see that even the SR5 non-premium, no sunroof, are hard to get. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of vehicles out there though right now. That's the nice thing. A lot of people are upset, or they're kind of like, oh, Toyota's failing. There's all these trucks out there. Bro, it gives people choice now, which is really cool. And it also allows people to get discounts, which is awesome. And Willito, every single time coming through, jumping that line of all the comments that we have to say what's up. He says, what up, brother? Just still trying to get a 1958 to build, but upside down on my truck, and don't want to build my first edition. It's a Princess. Completely agree with that. Yeah, the car market right now, if you're able to find a 58 at a good price, but maybe it's going to have to be a couple months. Maybe it'll be a couple months and we'll be able to get these Land Cruisers like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 off MSRP. That would be pretty nice. But Land Cruisers, they do hold their value. They definitely hold their value. It's going to be interesting to see how this new 250 does over, all the last generation's series of Land Cruisers in America. But Land Cruisers historically, just like 4Runners, hold their value. So hopefully, they'll hold their value a little bit and stuff. And whatever truck you got, maybe it'll go up in price after some things kind of, settle down a little bit in the car market. But the car market has been going down across the board. Chevy, Ford, Stellantis, I saw it was down like 48% or something like that. So much so that they're trying to sell off Maserati. And again, I don't know what the news was with Nissan, but apparently there's an issue there. I'm sure I'll catch up, but I am pretty far in the comments. But the nice thing is it looks like people are chatting. So maybe that's why it just looks like so much comments are going on. But yeah, Willito, appreciate the donation. Guys, you do not have to donate, but that is how you freaking just jump the line like that. And then that money just goes back into the channel, into the gas tanks of these vehicles and everything else, so I can make content for you guys. Shay, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. If you all want to leave a like for every single content creator that you guys watch, it's super free and it helps them out so much. But this way, other people can see the live stream either right now or later. David, how's it going, man? What is up? Austin says that he was hoping to see the Trail Hunter Tundra by now. Did Toyota bail on that idea? They did for the Tundra, kind of, because it was more always going to be Tacoma's baby project, right? It was the brainchild for Tacoma, and then they wanted to, I guess, introduce the idea of the Trail Hunter with the Tundra, ironically. But if we do see a Trail Hunter Tundra, I could see it for the refresh, hopefully. Hopefully we will see it for the refresh on that one. Gladiator says, currently Toyota by me only has 28 vehicles in stock and it's taken about 2 months just to get a Highlander. That is true too. A lot of this extra inventory is location-based. It is location-based for sure. Our area, we do have quite a bit, but other areas, like when I was in Texas, dude, they had so many freaking Tundras on the lot. It was crazy. But when you get here to my dealership, it looks like it did like pre-COVID, right? Actually, still not as bad as pre-COVID, because the Toyota dealership near me, they actually had an overflow lot, and they still don't have vehicles on an overflow lot at all. Ryan says, do you think MSRPs will be lower considering how poorly truck sales are doing in North America? They already are, bro. Well, MSRPs will continue to raise, but the sales for them will continue to be like under that. So you can get Tundras right now. Someone was talking about it. They were trying to get a Platinum, and their dealership had it at like a 7K off, I believe the comment said. So, yeah, just because of what Toyota asked for them, dealerships right now, they are well under that MSRP. Joe, jumping up to the top two. Appreciate the $2, man. Says, I can get a 1958. I can get a 1958 for 4K off sticker. 54 grand. Thoughts? Dude, pick that one up before Willito does, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good because a lot of 1958s that we've been seeing, they have been somehow close to 60 grand because dealerships are charging more for them because they're putting a lot of port options on these trucks. So the fact that the MSRP of the Land Cruiser 1958 is about 56-ish, and you're still getting it for 54 right now for a brand new vehicle, that's good. You can always try for more. I would always say try for more, but that's a pretty good price on a vehicle that doesn't have a whole lot. Now, if your dealership has like 5 of them on the lot, try for a little bit more. But that's pretty good price off, I feel, honestly, right now for that. And then Eric, dude, thank you for the $2 star. I am going to scroll real quick because I do not see anything with you saying anything for that. But, dude, thank you so much for the $2 donation, Eric, Joe, and Willito so far, man. Hooking it up. Marty Vision in here, too, said, what up, JJ, the gangway? Dude, every time Marty gets into the chat, dude, he is all over the place, which I absolutely freaking love it. So, guys, hope your guys' week is going very good so far. Appreciate everyone jumping in to the comments and everything and hanging out on the live stream. 130 people in here. Freaking appreciate you guys. Tundra information in case you guys didn't see the video earlier this morning. We got a brand new TRD Rally coming in on the Tundra. We have massaging seats in the Platinum, $17.94, and capstone. And we also have automatic tailgate. SR5 gets, sorry, I'm trying to scroll at the same time to figure out where we were and whatnot. Blondie, best all-terrain tires. I'm a big Nitto fan. I enjoy Nittos for sure. And SR5 gets some automatic seats and stuff too, which is pretty freaking cool. I think we're just going to go right here at Daniel at 720. So if I missed any questions before that, guys, when we catch up, I will definitely be with you all. Daniel says, how the interview with Sheldon go? Any juicy details that can be shared? So I'm going to post on the community tab. I'll do a poll there because it's about 2 hours, guys. Sheldon and I talked for 2 hours. I try to get all the questions that you guys asked, the nice questions that you guys asked. Not that, you guys in the comment section, but there were some rude questions in the community tab. But hey, it's the internet. When you open up questions to something, you'll have the sour people that want to ask kind of BS questions and stuff. But for the most part, I was able to ask him every single question. There are some, that as an employee with Toyota, he obviously couldn't answer, but I tried, right? So it's about 2 hours. I plan to not cut it at all. There's a point like in the live, or not the live stream, but in the interview with Sheldon where I said, hey, are you good? You need to stand up, walk around, because like we were an hour in and like, I wanted to just move around a bit too. So I may edit like simple, quick things out like that, or if there's like a pause in between, saying something or whatnot. But yeah, 2 hours, guys, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. New Tacoma is overpriced plastic. It is pretty much right there with all the competition when you start to add packages and trims and all this stuff. But there is too much plastic. I do agree. But I don't know. I need to get back into a third gen to really see, because getting into this Tundra, and a lot of people say third gen Tundras have a lot of plastic. Well, this second gen Tundra, I feel like has more plastic than the third gen, which is kind of crazy. The TRD Performance Package finally got released. Yep, it is on a TRD Pro at about $80,000, which is kind of crazy for sure. PJ says, don't envy our San Diego weather too much. It's actually hot as hell today and humid. Aw, what is it, like 60% humidity? what is it where my parents are at in California right now? So I am at 88 degrees right now in my garage. Feels like 89 with 68%. It actually felt really good outside when I went outside. Vista, where my parents are at. Oh shit, it actually is getting somewhat hot there. Feels like 83 with 58% humidity. So we are within playing field of San Diego weather right now, guys, without paying state income tax, with gas that is under $3 a gallon. What up? What are you guys paying for out there? I know it's summer in California is like 2 weeks, so it's whatever. But I love it, like whenever it happens and stuff, and you know it's I can say it because I grew up there and I lived there and stuff for 20 years. But yeah, San Diego though, absolutely beautiful weather, and when it's hot, it's hot. It's just like here in Florida. People are like, John, why do you want heated seats in your Tundra? Like it's Florida, you're fine. Well, bro, when it goes from 80 degrees to like 60 degrees. It's cold. Like it feels really, really cold when you go that low. Toledo's World says, I got intel from the Mexico Tacoma plant, and you don't want to know how poor the quality check is on building these. Well, man, just leave us freaking wanting to know how poor it is. Just can't leave us like that. Just watched your latest Tundra video, and let's all be honest here, the first gen Tundra was built the best. Dude, that is very true. Remembering my first gen Tundra, it did have, plastic, just like all vehicles have plastic, but it was solid. It was a very, very, very solid truck. That is for sure. Man, I agree with that. I think the the first gen Tundra was probably built, the best for sure. Dan says, was it worth getting a second gen? If you had to do it all over again, would you? I probably would, because you guys seem to be enjoying the content right now. But I am, and I hate doing this because I want to keep vehicles for a while. But I am at the point right now where I don't want 4 cars. I don't know. It may have been just one of those things to just sell the Tundra, right? And not get another Tundra and just keep these 3 vehicles, because I'll never probably sell the 4Runner. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't regret it, just because the content seems to be pretty good right now. You guys are enjoying it. It's not like the videos are doing bad at all. So I'm okay with it right now. I don't regret it at all. And it's a super low mileage truck, which is nice. I just wish it was in a little bit better of condition. Like, the exterior is fine. It's just the more and more I look on the interior, like, because of all the plastic, there are just micro scratches, like, all throughout that truck, which kind of stinks. FSCB says, thoughts on Icon's issue with the new Tacoma and upcoming 4Runner not having frame-mounted bump stops? I don't like that. I've said this in videos in the past, that I don't like that the front end of the Tacoma doesn't have bump stops. They are internal to the suspension. I am not the biggest fan of that. The Land Cruiser here actually has external bump stops, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know how they did that, honestly, though. I'm not saying that they're lying in their video, but I off-roaded my Tacoma pretty hard out in Johnson Valley and Borrego Springs and stuff, and I never shot the shock through it, so I don't know how hard they were going. They said in their video they were going hard, but not, like, too hard. But I pushed the Tacoma pretty hard, and I never had that issue. Again, though, just like volume knobs, some people's volume knobs are ripping off, other people's aren't. So maybe my shocks on the Tacoma are just pretty good. I don't know, but I don't like that the shocks are internal. I personally don't care for that. Looks like you guys are all talking and stuff back and forth. And EKG, Canadian Enthusiast, I think all you guys are talking. So skipping a little bit. Any idea when the new LX600 will release? I think that one is just later in the year. Maybe that got a little refresh too. I'm not sure yet, but I haven't heard anything. There isn't anything on the docket really for more Toyota events this year that I'm being invited to. Like, the 4Runner was the one in September, but it got a little bit delayed. So as of right now, there's not really anything. So yeah, the Toyota did do the GR Corolla automatic. They just announced that, and they seem to have an event for some press people to go see that car. So I'm not sure if they'll have a drive event for that too. But if they do, that may be this year, or it may be next year. But as of right now, there is no actual Toyota events for vehicles, or Lexus. Whit Bengay, oh, you guys are all talking about some stuff. Man, it seems like you guys are all talking about some stuff. That makes me feel good that you guys are chatting in the comments, but I want you guys to chat, right? It's a free world. Do whatever the heck you guys want to say and stuff. I don't filter stuff on YouTube. Sometimes YouTube themselves freaking filter stuff, which is annoying. But it is a little difficult to see how, like, who's actually asking questions. How many miles per gallon? I think this is for me. Are you getting the new 24 Tacoma? Says it's getting around 20 mpg, but only 260 full. So with all these new vehicles, guys, like the Land Cruiser, the new Tacoma, when you fill it up, the range is gonna be low. It's gonna be pretty low for sure. But if you reset the trip, if your truck is stock, right, stock tires and stuff, because if you do bigger tires, it's gonna be off a little bit. This Land Cruiser, let's say, like, let's give it an even number. And I even documented this in the road trip video. Let's say you fill it up, it says 300 miles. You reset the trip. There were times I got, like, let's say 348 miles out of it. So the computer, and this was actually a question that Sheldon kind of answered in a roundabout way as well when I was talking to him about the gas tanks and everything for the Tacoma. The computer will start to adjust, like, hey, are you doing a lot more city driving? You doing more highway driving? Is the car actually getting better miles per gallon? So, like, it'll micro adjust. And, like, let's say you fill it up and it says, hey, this is your range, 260. Well, you may get like 290 out of that tank, right? So I would just reset the trip button and all that stuff to really see that. Shay says, hit that like button, guys. Guys, if you like this video, I appreciate it. You like all my videos. You like every single content creator's videos that you guys watch on YouTube. It's free. I do it now with every single creator that I watch on my own. Even if I swipe out, if I'm done with the video, I'm like, oh shit, I go back in and I click like on it for them. It helps out the algorithm more than you guys know for YouTube and stuff. And if you dislike it, leave a freaking thumbs down too, but let me know in the comments why you dislike the video. And don't say clickbait, because I don't really clickbait. Getting the itch to do more mods on the Tacoma, dude. So I'm going to be doing some more mods on the Tacoma. Got a whole bunch of boxes here, and then I got some MagnaFlow exhaust that we are installing this week on the Tacoma too, and I'm aiming to have that video up by Sunday for you guys. Sunday's a big day on YouTube, so I figured MagnaFlow exhaust video like that would do pretty cool. JJ says, do you have any updates on the Tundra TRD catback exhaust? The one that comes in the performance package. Would love to buy that online. I'm curious if you could break down the performance package too. But no update on that. I know that you can buy like the Tier D exhaust for the Tier D Pros. I feel like it may be the same exhaust as that. It's just like a different tip. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But everything is starting to become available finally for that whole TRD kit. But I'm not sure if Toyota's going to break down certain part numbers, and if we could order just like the exhaust from the kit, if you just want to order the intakes out of the kit. I'm not sure yet how Toyota will break that down, but I assume if you go to your local dealership and you go to the parts counter, maybe they could look up exactly what that is and maybe just order that for you. And if you're military, first responder, or anything like that, maybe the dealership will also hook you up with a discount. Sam, what up, dude? Says, hey, John, what's going on? Love the old school Voodoo Blue Tundra. What aftermarket remote start do you recommend for a 19 4Runner TRD Pro? I have accessorides in my 4Runner. I think I've had them on this truck for 5 years now, 6 years now, something like that. And it's been working great. No hiccups at all with it. It's just a simple remote start system, and it's been working really good. But it's called accessorides. I'm sure if you type in like a 4Runner remote start, maybe my video will come up on YouTube. Tightline says, what is it going to take to get Toyota to actually have premium interiors? Ram higher level pages put Toyota to shame for price comparison. For sure, I think Ram has the best interior out of all the trucks, which is kind of crazy, right? They still have Ram issues for the most part, but Ram has come a long way. We will see how they are with their new Hurricane engines and how their new powertrains is with this new model, because again, new powertrain, new model, new interior, new all this stuff. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Ram has a pretty nice interior. I just hope that Toyota, with the refresh, they've heard all of our complaints. Way too much plastic, cheap materials. It sucks. Like, give us good material trucks. Like, all trucks now, though, like, they do have some plastic for sure. But Ram, they have some nice interiors. They definitely have some nice interiors. Eric, what up, man? Oh, was this from Eric then? Oh, it was. Gosh dang it, Eric. I'm sorry. If you're still in here, dude, appreciate it. Eric says, what up, John? Seeing that you're wrapping up the third quarter of the year soon, at which month would you say to wait for the 25 model versus 24 Land Cruiser? November. I would say November. November into December. Hopefully we get some more information on 4Runner by then. And if there's no official Toyota information, I will see if I can not fish some out, but like just get an official statement like, hey, when do you think these trucks will start landing at dealerships? That way a lot of people can start to make their kind of preparations, right? Like, which car do I wait for? Do I try to get good deals on Land Cruisers towards the tail end of the model year? Do I just wait for the 4Runner? So I'll make that an October, November timeframe kind of question reminder to do for you guys. Because as of right now, we have no idea when the 4Runner is coming out. We have no idea. Gilmer says, hey, man, how's it going? What do you think about the second-gen Tundra Power and the third-gen Tundra Power? Third gen is so much better to drive. I'm sorry, guys. It is. The second-gen, it sounds real good. The V8 is nice for sure. But the third-gen, it has the power. The 10-speed transmission is just like wonders for that truck. It's almost crazy to think, like, if they just would because the Land Cruiser with the 8-speed, it drove fine. It's still a little sluggish, but like if they just did a pepped up V8 and a 10-speed in like the third gen Tundra, like how good would it really be? But the third gen, man, it has so much power. It has so much power for sure. And speaking of potentially more power, Marty says, you already know I do. If Toyota would bring back the V8 with a smaller turbo, it'd be cool if they did a twin turbo setup. There was some rumors that Lexus would be doing some twin turbo V8, but we shall see. We shall see there. And we are a little bit behind, guys, by 13 minutes in the comments. But hey, I'm trying to get to everyone right now, you know, I'll get to you guys when I get to you guys. I appreciate all the support. We've been hanging out around 120 people, which has been rad. We try to do these live streams, guys, every Tuesday around 7 o'clock Central Time. If it works better for people on other days, we may adjust. But as of right now, I think Tuesdays have been working pretty good at around 7. Oil Cooled says, can you compare the 2019 Tier D Pro ride quality to your third-gen premium ride quality? Not interested in the handling, just the ride quality. Ride quality, for the most part, they're somewhat similar because the Tier D Pro has like very soft Fox shocks, but with the Tundra being a coil rear suspension, it drives a bit softer, and the steering wheel doesn't have as much feedback. It's a very quiet, it's a very soft ride, right? But ride quality with the second gen, it has, for me at least, way less wind noise, way less creaks and rattles on the inside. So there's give and take with both. If I was to pick one though, to do a road trip in, I would probably pick a third gen, a stock third gen hybrid. If I had to do like a road trip with one of them. Other things disappointing so far are no SR Crew Max with a 6.5 foot bed. That would be cool for sure, especially since it's a work truck, you know. All right, everyone is talking back to people. It's so poor. Kenny's from South Park had to move out. John, your second gen Tundra is literally my dream truck, dude. I've wanted I've wanted a Voodoo Blue Tundra for so long, and I think that one in Atlanta just really got me going for one because I've wanted a second gen Voodoo Blue so bad for a long time, and once, you know, that one in Atlanta was coming, and I was like, dude, I could do a build on it, sell the third gen, get money out of the third gen, see what the second gen's about. Like, do I just like the Voodoo Blue and like stuff of it? Man, I really enjoy the truck. There are some bits with it that I kind of do wish that I got, you know, a newer model, but there's just something iconic about that Tier D Pro pre all the extra tech, which is ironic because I'm trying to put some more tech into it. But yeah, I mean, just like Hervé says, bro, the ideal second gen Tundra is a 21 1794 with the Tier D off-road. You get everything you could ask for and good suspension. I had the opportunity to get one, but missed out. These are pretty rare to get. Yeah, that one's pretty sweet. There was a platinum Voodoo Blue that I was really considering, guys, but there's just something special about a Pro. I don't know what it is or why. Like, especially on that model Tundra, it's nothing like crazy special, but it is special still at the same time. And Willito coming up again, bro, with another $5. You don't have to do $5 every time. This can help you get your 17 or your 1958 if you don't do $5. But I appreciate you, man. I freaking appreciate it. Given that he's upside down in his truck, if you get a good deal on a 1958, would color matter? I don't like black, but I think I may pull the trigger if it's a good deal. If it's a super good deal, I would do it. If you don't see yourself able to do a deal like within the next month as good as that one, right? I would probably pull the trigger on it if it was like a really good deal, because the color may grow on you, right? The color may grow on you, or worst case scenario, save up a couple coins, extra, you know, fun money coin, and wrap it like a super cool color. That's very unique, right? Especially if you're going to build it out. One, it protects the paint if you're actually going to off-road it. Two, you can use a custom color. And Willito again, dude, $10 so far, like in this live stream. That's absolutely freaking awesome. Thank you so much. And Eric and Joe too for the live or for the donations earlier. You guys are awesome, man. I'm going to scroll back up, try to get to where we were. If I skip a couple people again, sorry, but trying to keep up with everyone throughout the live stream and stuff. You guys, the support has been awesome. I love these live streams because even though I don't get to see you guys, I feel like interacting within the comments is still pretty fun. Ryan says, do you think that MSRP increases will be lower this year considering how poorly truck sales are? No, the 2025 pricing is actually out and there is an increased smidge over last year. Really, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, Tim Estradal, he said that in his video and what he was showing, the destination and handling was already included in the pricing. So really, it's only gone up like a couple $100, I feel like, except for the limited. The limited went up quite a bit, but there's an increase, unfortunately, almost every single year on these trucks. It's just what it is, unfortunately. Platinum JB says, John, my Tundra meets all the requirements for the engine recall, but when I type in my VIN number, the recall doesn't show up. Any thoughts on this? Is yours a hybrid potentially? I'm looking at your profile photo, and yours may be a hybrid. Hybrids are not affected with this, and there is a build cutoff, I want to say, of like February 14th or 15th or something like that, because my truck was a 2023, but it technically was not included in the recall for this just because of its build date. So maybe your build date just falls outside of it, or your truck may potentially be a hybrid. I have no idea what the Tundra is, but gonna skip a couple more. Appreciate everyone's comments. Have you determined which long travel kit and supercharger you're putting on the 2.5 gen? So we are keeping the Fox shocks for now. I do want to eventually do like a legit good crazy Fox kit. I want to keep it Fox just because it is a Tier D Pro, so keeping it as OEM plus as possible. I did reach out to Nitto. We're going to be putting some different tires on the truck. And also, I am leaning towards, I really want the comments to shift because I really want to try a turbocharger out because there is a turbo kit for it. But I am leaning towards the Magnuson 2.5 or 2.6 kit. Their new kit that just came out like last October, I think, or something like that. Yeah. Do you think that removing the V6 engine from the 4Runner will harm sales? I don't think so. It's going to be one of those things that, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things that once people finally drive it, like the new Tacoma, they're like, oh, wow, this is actually pretty good. So I don't know. I think that it'll harm it a little bit just because people don't want to adopt to a 4-cylinder. But once people drive it, especially the hybrid, they're going to be like, holy crap, there is so much power out of this 4Runner. This is pretty cool. John, these hybrid turbo inline 4-cylinders and hybrid twin turbo V6s in design and for power and performance. Yep, that they are. I'm not sure if Life is Legendary is talking to me, but yes, they are for more of the actual performance versus like Prius stuff. Red Rooster, got you up in here. Again, 14 minutes behind, sorry. But only repeating because I think you skipped it or missed it. LOL, the news from Nissan, thank you, is that they have had a 70% deadline in profits since last year. And rumor is they're closing hundreds of locations. That's insane. That's kind of crazy then. All these other people on YouTube saying that the Frontier is going to crush the Tacoma and all this stuff, which it may be. I don't know. But, like, I guess overall sales, I don't know. Nissan has been a reputable brand forever, right? But, like, even Honda, too, and Acura, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of the Asian brands, aside from Kia and Hyundai, have just been playing it very, very safe. Toyota's finally refreshing a lot of their vehicles, too, but Toyota just has that reputation, hopefully for a while, right? But Nissan, I don't know. They've just kind of, like, fallen behind, and this makes sense now. I mean, like, they had the GTR forever. The 400Z, it was just cool. I don't even know what cars they make anymore. If they still even make the Altima, I have no idea. And then they're stopping the Titan, the Frontier. You know, there's getting a little bit of a refresh, but I still consider the Frontier. I mean, the new refresh that the Frontier just got, aside from the powertrain and stuff, like, it is on par for sure with the new Tacoma. But, like, I've always still considered this Frontier, like, kind of a third-gen Tacoma-esque. I don't know. I don't know. But that is crazy, man. 70% decline. Holy crap. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Life is Legendary also says the upcoming LX700H is very much going to have the same sort of hybrid V6. I am curious if, you know, Lexus has taken a while to put those hybrids into it just to make sure it drives very, very smooth. Schmack says, how much are Tundra Voodoo Blues cost with less than 50K miles? If it's a Tier D Pro, it's going to be around, you know, 47 to 50 right now for them. But that Platinum that I was looking at, it was 48 grand. So it was a 2021 Platinum Voodoo Blue, which I can't find anymore. So it sold, and it was like 48. It is hot in the garage, guys, but I wanted to be out here just because the dogs were about to be eaten and stuff, and the house is just loud and going crazy. And sometimes I enjoy just being in the garage versus, you know, in the office and stuff. John, are you considering a 200 series or a LX 570? I would get a 200 series, kind of like how I did the second-gen Tundra, although I really wanted a second-gen Tundra. I would get a 200 series just to see what it's about, but I don't know if I'd want to own one. I don't know if I'd want to own one because, like, when I had one for a week, it was basically like a 4Runner V8. It felt just like a bigger 4Runner. Is just how that Land Cruiser felt. It just felt like a bigger 4Runner with a V8, which was cool, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever get one of those two. I'd really consider a GX 550, or like a 462, just to have kind of like the 4Runner, right? I don't know, though. Drewski, what's up, man? How's it going? Says, hey, John, just wrapped up installing a sub into my third-gen Tundra. Sounds great. Thanks for all the videos. Heck yeah, dude. Hope that sounds really freaking good. That's pretty cool, actually. How I DIY says, hey, John, do you know if there is a permanent solution for the squeaky, for the door squeaking? My 2024 Platinum started to have the same issue. I bought it in April of 24. I don't know. This is so frustrating. And if it's talking about like squeaking like the plastic, I don't know. That may be internal to the door. But if you're talking about like the windows kind of moving and stuff on those trucks, I don't know if you guys caught it in my last video, but the dealership replaced the seals in my truck, and the wind noise kind of went away. But then the rattly window came back on the passenger side, and I was just like, it sucked because like I was trading in that truck for the other truck, and then that happened. And I was like, this just makes me want to get rid of the truck again, you know. And it sucks that there's still faulty parts out there and stuff, or not the best installs. I don't know. I just don't know. But it kind of not made me lose hope in Toyota, because I know that they'll do good. Hopefully for the refresh and just, you know, making things better over time. But man, it was just a little bit frustrating. Mike says, just got my call for a GX 550 Premium today. Thinking about new wheels and tires. Any suggestions? I don't know. Some 18s would look good on it. I've been thinking about putting 17s on this Land Cruiser, but I'm like, man, just with how tall the vehicle is, I think that the 18s look good. And yeah, just some sort of a off-road tire if you want to go with that look. But just enjoy it. Just enjoy it for like a month or so, you know, stock. Search around some tires and stuff, you know, Method, Relations Race Wheels, whatever you got to do. And then, yeah, put the other tires on it. But just enjoy it stock just for a little bit, because it's a nice driving vehicle. Willito says, I donate to help the channel out, man. I really enjoy your honesty in all the videos, dude. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support for sure. Like, I really, really do. Ryan does say, though, that truck sales are down this year across the board. Was specifically talking about Tundra. Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah, Tundra, though, Toyota is saying that Toyota is having its best sales ever with the Tundra right now. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's a lot on the market, or they're selling them faster than we see them because they're making more. I don't know, but Toyota claims that they are they're having their best selling quarters for the Tundra right now. So I don't know. The dealerships kind of tell otherwise because there's a lot on there, but at the same time, maybe they're just getting more and more out there. I have no idea. Nissan should definitely bring back the Xterra to go up against the 4Runner. That may be cool to get into this kind of not heavy like SUV fight, but like you got the Land Cruiser, the GX, the 4Runner, the Bronco, the Jeep. Is there any other body-on-frame ones? Not really, right? But if Nissan gets thrown into the mix, hey, maybe they should do it for sure. Nissan's the Chrysler of Japan. Oh my gosh. I've been leaning towards liking Nissan due to their affordability. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, right? They're affordable, which is cool. I'm not sure how they hold their value, but it's kind of those things too, like with the domestic brands and stuff as well. And this isn't saying much because the Tundra's value has dropped a lot. But you know, when brands offer crazy good discounts and stuff, that also shows on the tail end too. So yes, you got a better deal, but the values of the vehicles actually go down faster too. Whereas Toyota, somehow, you know, people still pay the premium prices even for older vehicles as well. What up, Pedro? I am up in the Panhandle area of Florida. Looking to SDI kits over Icon. I don't even know who SDI is. More bang for your buck versus their $10,000 kits. If we're talking high quality suspension, I've heard very, very good things about ADS suspension, and then Fox too. I mean, so that may be what I'm doing on this Tundra. But yeah, a lot of good suspension out there. A lot of suspension too, you know, from China and stuff as well. Even though it's an American brand, there's a lot of stuff that gets sourced, excuse me, from China. Oh dang, dude, we are somehow pretty much caught up. Omar, what up, man? Where is the next generation Toyota Highlander coming out? I have a feeling next year may be pretty hype for Toyota. I hope. So potential new RAV4, potential Highlander, potential MR2, potential refreshed Tundra, right? Like, there's a lot of rumors stirring around right now. Potential little new FJ Mini or whatever it's going to be called, right? Like, I'm excited. I'm excited if all this stuff comes to fruition. But a lot of buzz has been around, like a new Toyota sports car, new RAV4s coming. I am honestly curious if Toyota may just axe the Highlander and just make the Grand Highlander a Highlander. I don't know. They do have quite a few vehicles in their lineup to choose from. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Hervé says, could you imagine if Toyota threw in a 4.6 into the 4Runner for its final year as a limited edition? Dude, if they did that, I probably would have gotten one. I was going to get rid of this 4Runner in one way. And that was if for the last of... So basically, what the 40th anniversary edition was for the 4Runner, if they had it as what was called a Heritage Edition 4Runner, kind of like how they did the 200 series, right? But I get it, you know, it was the 200 series was different than what this is now for the United States. This is like the Prado overseas and stuff because they get the 300 series. But the 200 series here, I'm not sure if they're going to bring that back or what they're going to do, like add the 300 series here or something. Anyways, they gave that a Heritage Edition. So the only way that I was going to get rid of this 4Runner was if they came out with a Heritage Edition, 5th gen, in Heritage Blue. Like that was the only thing. And then they came out with the 40th anniversary edition. I was like, ooh, is this built on the TRD off-road? And nothing against it. It was built off the SR5, which is still super capable. But I was kind of like, kind of wish it was based off the TRD off-road. But I get it because, you know, SR5 has been with the 4Runner forever. So I get it. Toyota will catch up to Chrysler for inventory pileup. Everyone is all over the place. Like if you just drive through any dealerships, like the one dealership in my area right now with the most is Chevy and Ford. They have the most trucks up in my area. Toyota does do pretty good though. They basically build as reports come in. So if they have too much inventory, they'll throttle back the next month. That's how Toyota does it. Jay says, John, what do you think of the Honda Pilot Trail Sport? Thinking about getting that for the family. I like it, and I like the color that it comes in too, kind of that vibrant blue. It actually looks pretty cool. It's like a mix between Cavalry Blue and Voodoo Blue. I think it looks pretty cool. It's Honda Pilot is a little bit bigger than the RAV4, right? But I think it looks cool. Ryan, what's up, man? How's it going, sir? Welcome to the live stream. Smacho, I think I said your name wrong the last time. Looking forward to your future Voodoo Blue Tundra videos. Love the truck, best color. Man, I love my blues, I guess. But we do have some more mods coming from it. YotaVerse just gave me a whole bunch of stuff for the Tundra, so we should be installing that tomorrow. We got Tacoma stuff to install and Tundra stuff from YotaVerse to install too. I just have to take the front bumper off the Tacoma. I don't want to do that, but I just need to do it and just freaking get it done. But we have a nice new steering wheel, actually, for the... I'm just going to get it right now because I need to stand up anyways. Guys, don't leave. If you want to leave, you can leave. Go enjoy your night, but I'm going to get something for you guys real quick. So YotaVerse sent this out. How sick is this, dude? Because the steering wheel in that Tundra is not the best. It feels cheap. But this one, so when YotaVerse reached out and they're like, hey, we have a steering wheel, leather steering wheel wrap for that truck. I was like, I don't want to wrap the existing steering wheel. But I had no idea that this is what they were sending out. So this is dope because it has like a little red accent right there in the middle. It has a nice feel to it because if you think about it, guys, like this is where, hold on, let me remove this. This is where like you put your hands all the time when you drive. So this feels nice and leather wrapped. The back of it too has like little dimple indentations and then just subtle red like stitching. It doesn't look like the most amazing stitching, but still, like you're not really gonna tell that much. And then yeah, we just put it on the truck, nice and leather wrapped. Feels freaking solid too. It's gonna be a nice addition to the Tundra. So yeah, we got some more mods coming for the Tundra, just tasteful ones here and there. And then Trail Grid, they're sending out a nice head unit for the Tundra along with speakers. I need to get sound deadening material too for when I take the doors off to put the speakers on. Yo, the panel's off, so might as well put some good sound deadening behind it. And then I also have a short little stubby antenna that I'm getting for that truck, I'm probably never going to use the FM radio, so I don't care how the quality is of it, right? And then some stuff from Beat Sonic and Shift Power. So yeah, so we're going to do all that stuff first, and then the big items will come too. We got lift coming also, or a little bit of a front end lift coming from Westcott, and some springs coming in the back to raise up the back. And I think I'm going against doing a bigger tank, just because I think the tank on that truck's already 38 gallons. So I don't know if I want, Ryan and the team to go through the work just for 8 more gallons of a tank. It would be cool to say, you have a bigger tank, but I don't know. I don't see the point with it. But yeah, we got some mods coming for the Tundra for sure. I'm not sure what Elantra is trying to say if you're talking about the steering wheel. Nicholas says, do you think that it's safe to get a Tacoma if we can get a good deal on it? Let the warranty deal with the issues. Dude, 100%. Waiting. So this is something that Sheldon answers in the video, which I'm going to make. I'm going to make a decent amount of short form content from our interview. Not to I really wish I had a clips channel, but not to overwhelm you guys. But there's some good nuggets in that interview. And he says that waiting for the next model year doesn't make sense because Toyota tries to nip stuff in the butt right away. Once they hear about a bunch of issues with trucks, it stinks because it's not just a dealership says, hey, Toyota, we have this issue. They're like, fix all the trucks. They have to see a pattern. They have to see if this is just a one-off or if it's a pattern that's happening a lot, which is kind of crazy that it took so long for the Tundra to get fixed, but maybe they're just, I don't know. I don't know the crazy behind the scenes. But what he was saying is that, because this is one of your guys' questions, the grill shutter issue that my Tacoma had, right? That was fixed before I got my Tacoma, if that makes sense, because there was kind of a QC hold, right? There's a big QC hold for a bunch of TRD off-roads early in March of this year. That's why everyone they were just selling like that, right? Some were getting shipped, they're getting sold right away. Then where's all the TRD off-roads and stuff? It wasn't just TRD off-roads, but they were aware of the grill shutter issue. There was a connector that was just off spec by just a little bit to allow moisture to get inside of it as well. So that caused a QC hold, made sure that they checked all the connectors, fixed the ones that were an issue. And then, yeah, so I think to answer your question, again, this is what I do, roundabout ways of, saying it is nice, gotcha, Elantra. Roundabout way of doing questions like this, I would just get it. If you can get a good deal on a Tacoma right now, because who knows, maybe in a year, right, if the economy bounces back hopefully and stuff and everyone is free to live and work hard and do whatever the heck we want to do, there may not be a lot of Tacomas on the lot. So now instead of able to get potentially $5K off a Tacoma, now you're paying $20-25 pricing, which will probably be $500 to $1,000 more, and trucks that don't have deals, right? So right now with Tacomas, you can get good APR. Who knows what APR will be in a year or so, and you could also get money off. So I would do that all day. Let warranty take care of it. Yes, it sucks that you have to go through that if anything fails, to go to your dealership and drop the truck off, potentially get a loaner or whatever, right? But dude, all day, if you can get a deal, let warranty take care of it. Let Toyota fix their stuff. Let them pay for it. And yeah, just call it a day for sure. John, the rear is where it's really at. Land Cruiser split tailgate, 4Runner sliding glass, GX 560 with the barn, or 460 with the barn door, or second gen 4Runner with the split tailgate with the sliding glass. Which one, or just a regular one? So I am gonna go with the second gen 4Runner. I had a second gen 4Runner, same as first gen. First gen also had this too, but it was very cool feature. Fifth gen actually with the sliding rear cargo tray actually is probably the better one, because in order to allow that tailgate to fall, you had to roll the window down and then lower the tailgate on those 4Runners. But the fifth gen, mine with a sliding rear cargo deck, the rear window, it can still go down, but if you just want to tailgate with your 4Runner, all you do is open up the hatch, pull out that cargo tray, and it's the best. So actually, I know that it wasn't even an option here. Yeah, it wasn't an option. but I'm going 5th Gen 4Runner with the cargo tray. Best of both worlds on that. And you too, if you're sitting back there and the hatch is up, you get a nice little shade and everything too. If you're tailgating, it's pretty nice. The TRD performance has been released. There is a TRD Pro. If you go over to the Tundra Dude 34's YouTube channel, he covered this. And like his videos too, he's trying to buy a 1794. You guys go show him some love over there. But yes, it is on a TRD Pro, $80,000. It's expensive. Ryan says, if you weren't running a channel, would you get brand new still or under 3 years used, considering how decent resale value is, etc.? So if I was not running this YouTube channel right now, I would honestly probably have the 4Runner. I don't know if I would still be tied to it. I probably would. I don't know. Let's just say I would have the 4Runner, some sort of good fuel economy crossover SUV, and if we really needed a truck, it would honestly probably be like a GMC Sierra AT4 or a 1st Gen Tundra. Like, I really did enjoy the time with the 1st Gen Tundra that I had. It did have some transmission issues, so I will have another 1st Gen again one day that's very clean. But yeah, if I did not have the channel, I would not be in and out of cars as much as I am right now. I'd probably have the 4Runner because it's the dogmobile, some sort of truck if we were able to afford it, and honestly probably still have the RAV4 that we had before I got my 2nd Gen Tundra, or 3rd Gen Tundra, the white one. We had a RAV4 XSE hybrid that would be paid off right now. So I'd have 2 paid off vehicles and probably a truck payment. Or if it's an older truck, I would have like no car payments right now. So that would be nice. That would really be nice instead of the car payments I have right now, right? But I let YouTube pay for them, you know, and everyone says that. I shouldn't say everyone. I don't like blanket statementing this, but like a lot of people say, well, YouTube, he needs YouTube to survive, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I could shut the channel down, sell the stuff, and do other things. You know, I don't need the channel, but I love having the channel because I enjoy talking to people, you know, that I don't always get to talk to, meeting people in random places and stuff, going to events, talking with people as well. Being able to experience new vehicles and stuff, getting invited to events to drive new cars, it's cool. It's really, really cool. So this, I guess, is just a thing to say, like, if you guys have a hobby or you're looking to make extra money somehow, like there's money out there to be made everywhere. I mean, TikTok, YouTube, freaking online courses and stuff just to just do someone else's work. Fiverr, all this stuff, right? You could get hired on Fiverr to do certain things for people. So like there's tons of money out there, guys. There's a lot of money out there, and especially in times like right now where crap is stupid expensive, you have to be looking for it. Any chance they put a V8 back into the Tundra? No. If they do, knock me off my chair. If they do, knock me the frick off my chair. Suspension Direct is US made. Basically what Icon uses in their shocks for their live valve type setup. Gotcha. I've honestly never heard of Suspension Direct. That sounds like a brand that, not wholesale suspension, but sells it, but I will look them up. Solar Octane Pro says it is not available at dealers yet since it has been released. Gotcha, yeah. It's slowly trickling out, They said it was supposed to be early this year, and it definitely isn't, but it is slowly trickling out. And then Ryan does, okay, so Ryan's talking back and forth with you. Cool. Ryan, I appreciate you hanging out in here, man. You don't have to hang out all day. I don't understand how you have time for all this Toyota stuff. Like, it's crazy. I'm waiting on the Sequoia with all white leather seats, man. New Sequoia capstone. Honestly, the Sequoia is nice, and I just wish that the cargo area was a little bit more thought out. But like, there is this supersonic red Sequoia. Supersonic red? Yeah, supersonic red. Sequoia Platinum here in Destin. Oh my God. It looks so good. It's almost like a cherry red popping on that car. All the black accents of the Platinum The vehicle has all black tint as well. Holy crap. It looks so good. Nicholas says to follow up, should we make sure we get a newer built one then? Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a newer build, I mean, definitely go for it. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends. Greg, what's up, man? Says, sorry I'm late. Curious if you went over the Tacoma bump stop issues. Stock, they seem like they should have one on the control arm. I agree with this. We did kind of touch on it briefly. I'm not really sure how hard Icon pushed that truck because I did Borrego Springs and also Johnson Valley pretty hard with my Tacoma to where I felt shock fatigue and I went over whoops as well and I could feel the bump stops engaging and stuff. I truly wish that the Tacoma had external bumps on that. I really do. It would help for aftermarket. It would help for a lot of stuff as well. The Land Cruiser, it has bump stops too. It's on the same TNGF platform. So maybe people will see on the Land Cruiser if they're able to retrofit it to the Tacoma. The Land Cruiser does have different lower control arms. So maybe that's going to be what aftermarket companies do with the Tacoma. I'm not sure. It is nice that the Tacoma has rear bump stops. But yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not the biggest fan of it personally. It's crazy that Icon broke that, right? And then it's cool that they have a solution now. But yeah, they must have just really put that truck to the test for sure. What up, True? How's it going, man? Nody gang on deck. Sorry I'm late. All good, man. It's all good. It don't matter. People got lives to do, man. I'm just thankful that over 100 people have been hanging out in here and hopefully liking that like button for me and all creators that you guys watch. But yeah, it's all good. People got lives, man. I don't expect you guys to watch every single video or hang out and stuff, but if you do, I appreciate it. Ryan says, dang, what do you love about the AT4 versus Tundra? So before I had my YouTube channel, I actually had a Silverado 1500, and it was good. It drove nice and stuff, but I really like the look of the GMC AT4s. If I could afford it, it would be a Duramax diesel one. AT4 like Jeff Westcott's. Dude, his truck is stupid. His truck is so nice. It's probably I'd say it's probably $150,000 truck at this point with all the suspension on it, the wheels, the tires, the lights, everything that he's done to that truck. It's probably close to a $150,000 truck, especially too if he sold it with the GFC camper on top. God dang, such a nice truck. But I just like the looks of them. I like the looks of them. I like the interiors of them. Honestly, too, I am a little bit curious about the Ram RHO with the Hurricane engine. I am a little bit curious about that as well. And the cool thing about YouTube is I feel like if I was to pivot to like a Raptor or a Ram, it would be cool. And we could see how that is versus, just someone just buying it to have it, it'd be cool to make content on it. Hervé says, John, what are your thoughts on the 6th Gen 4Runner having the same interior as the Tacoma? Thoughts on the 4Runner ditching the manual transfer case? Manual transfer case is cool. I enjoyed it on the 4Runner. It was like that last bit of rawness, that the 4Runner had. As for copycatted Tacoma interior, I am not a fan at all. It's to me, it's the only gripe that I have about the 4Runner. I really wish that the interior, honestly, if the interior copied the Land Cruiser, I'd for some reason be more okay with it. I just don't like that it's not unique. It's a total copy, just how the Sequoia is a total copy from the Tundra. And I know this is first world problems or it's YouTuber problems, but if I own both of them at the same time, it's going to be like, what's the difference? What's the difference in the vehicle? That's why I like this Land Cruiser, because it's not the same as the Tacoma that's sitting out there. It's not the same as the Tundra or Sequoia. It's not even the same as the GX. It's its own interior. Whereas the Tacoma and the 4Runner, I was so disappointed. I honestly, as a 4Runner fanboy, I was really disappointed. Okay, I take that back. As a 4Runner fanboy, I'm excited about the interior because it's something new, big screen, refresh, looks really good. But as I guess a YouTuber that has a Tacoma and also a 4Runner fanboy, who I will be getting a 4Runner, it's just kind of a letdown. It's a letdown that it's the exact same. Now, the fact that the 4Runner, though, is going to be built in Japan, different materials sourced, that will be nice. Because the Tundra and Sequoia are the same. Same seats, same materials here, same materials there. It's the exact same. The 4Runner and Tacoma, they are going to be different. Different soft touch materials, most likely different plastics. Even the foam in the seats of the 4Runner felt a little bit different in the pre-production ones that I've sat in. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't like that they look identical, but maybe with the materials being Japan versus sourced around here in North America, hopefully we'll see them being a little bit different. Ryan says that he's a systems admin, so I'm on the computer all day anyways. Gotcha. John says, do you think that there's going to be a mod for the automatic tailgate? That'd be cool if they would be able to retrofit it. Ryan answered you back, though. We'll see if it makes the light of day. I always wondered. Oh, wait, no, that was something different. My bad. 4.0 twin turbo. Dang, that'd be crazy. I know, because they've been talking about it for a while, about a V8. There's a freaking fly that made its way to my ear. I do wish Toyota... Yeah, that would have been a cool play. That would have definitely been a cool play for sure. Like, they took a Lexus engine, right? They took the 3.4 from the GS, right? And made it truck worthy. Why they didn't do it with the V8? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's mass production. I don't know. I don't understand all the CAFE standards and why they could have a V8 in the Lexus stuff and not in the Toyota stuff, or why the Land Cruiser needed to be a hybrid 4-cylinder and not the twin turbo V6. I don't know. It would have been cool though if they put the 5.0 V8 in it with the 10-speed. Dude, it would have been so sick. Maybe they do that. Maybe they do that. I don't know. That'd be cool. Calvin says, when do you think that the 6th Gen 4Runner drive is going to happen? If I had to put a date on it, because it's not October, they said that they're not pushing it. Like, if it was supposed to be September, right, and they said, hey, we're pushing it to October, November, they probably would have already let us know. And then you have December, right, holiday season. I don't think it would be in December unless it's, like, super early in December. Maybe January. If I had to guess, maybe January, you know? It stinks, but then that means when are the actual cars coming out, too? Just tell Toyota to put a 2JZ in it and call it a day. Every bit of Jeff Westcott is $150K, for sure. For sure. A GR Tundra with the rumored twin-turbo V8 would be awesome. I would buy that in a heartbeat. That would be a cool Raptor R fighter and all that stuff, and whatever Ram does with the new TRX. Like, I know that the RHO isn't going to be the craziest truck that they do. I'm curious if the TRX will be like some sort of hybrid assist or something. But yeah, a 4.0 V8 twin turbo would be just insane. I just want Toyota to do something like that, you know? I want them to do something like that. The TRD Pro Tundra, or Tacoma, is probably like one of the wildest things that Toyota's done in a while, which is awesome. But man, it would be so cool if they just, hey, here's a crazy truck, and everyone's just like, what? Be so rad. They're doing it with their GR cars, like the GR Corollas and stuff, and maybe the new MR2. Like they're having fun in the cars department. Let's do a dope truck. I don't work for Toyota, but if I did, oh, dude, I got like a sharp pain. How about some thumbs up for our Toyota brand ambassador? Yeah, the more thumbs up I get, the more Toyota pays me. So, no, I'm kidding. They don't pay me. But some haters in the comments think I do. If I did, dude, I'd definitely have some freaking cars. There would already be a turbocharger or a supercharger in that Tundra. Scott says, do you think that Toyota is on a downward track with regard to quality and reliability? I personally don't, because the issues that the Tundra's had have, like, they've been in their control, but some haven't been in their control, you know? Third parties for the turbo stuff. third party for the transmissions on the Tacoma, right? But there's only so much oversight, unfortunately, you can do. For me, for Toyota, it's how quickly they recognize the issues and fix them. That's going to be like the main thing for that stuff. Let's stand up real quick because my freaking chest is tight. I'm pretty disappointed with the 6th gen. It's like Toyota rummaged through their parts bin and slapped something together. The front and rear were designed by different people, and it shows. That is kind of funny you say that, because the rear end of that car I love, because it looks like the 5th gen but like evolved. The front end, it's gonna have to grow on me. It's kind of like the 5th gen when it came out compared to when in 2014 it had like that little bit of a refresh, because that refresh on the 4Runner looks so much better than when the 5th gens came out. So I'm curious if that's kind of how the new 4Runner will be. The 2UR GSE was co-developed with Yamaha and would be, that's what's in the F-Series Lexus. Peak torque is too high in the RPM band for a truck use, for sure. They could certainly change VVTi and cams to assist with that, for sure. And different transmission tuning and whatnot, too, could potentially help with that, or just, slap some turb skis on it and call it a day. I know that someone important at Toyota North America has a Tundra and is prepping something for Baja. Dude, that'd be sick. Brother. That'd be cool. Because, like, they showed us the that Tundra, like, chase truck, right? Like, that TRD Pro. That thing was sick. But if they did something crazy for, like, a SEMA build and show us that with, like, the V8 inside of it, oh, my gosh. That's two things with that. One, super cool. Two, they're just pouring salt in the wound. That would be the thing with that, though. Hervé says, John, imagine if Toyota made a Heritage Edition for the new Land Cruiser with a solid front axle and 35s. That's a pipe dream for sure. Or just if they bring us a 70 series over here. That would be freaking awesome. Or a GR Tacoma with the twin turbo V6. Dude, the crazy thing is, because of the X-Runner, is that a lot of that stuff just bolted right up. Like when we were talking with them at SEMA, a lot of that stuff just bolted right up. A lot of it, because the Tacoma has a lot of Tundra parts to it. Like it's a beefy little truck. It's kind of crazy that some stuff just like broke like that, like the axle shafts and everything, or the front diff for TFL. Like it's kind of crazy because a lot of that stuff is pretty bulky on that truck for the most part. But yeah. The fact that they just put the twin turbo V6 into that X-Runner and a lot of the stuff just worked, that was pretty crazy. That says the rear end of the 4Runner is so much better looking, or the front or the rear? Yeah, the front, than the Tundra or Tacoma. Can't stand the new Tundra rear end. I think that the 4Runner looks the best, for sure. Then it goes Tacoma. And then Tundra and Sequoia are kind of tied for me. The front end of the Sequoia looks better than the back end of it, I feel. And for me, it's same with the Land Cruiser. Front end of the Land Cruiser looks so much better than the rear end of it. The rear end looks fine. It's old school, but I hate the plastic cover over the tow hitch. I wish that they integrated that a little bit better. I know that's a global platform car, but it would have looked cool because overseas, they have some with painted rear bumpers. It actually looks pretty good. Greg says, I've been a Toyota guy for a long time, but am intrigued by the ZR2. Curious if you've had seat time in one. I have not, aside from shows, just sitting in it. But yeah, dude, it's a cool little truck. It's definitely, every time I see one on the road and it's coming up, like a Bison one or like a ZR2 with bigger tires, they look like big trucks. They look like big trucks, super wide fenders and everything. The 2.7, I think, 4-cylinder in that seems to be pretty powerful and whatnot too. So, I mean, here's the thing, guys. Like, we don't have to stay loyal to Toyota. What? No, you don't have to stay loyal. If you want to go experience another vehicle just because that's the competition in the midsize market, go experience it. See how it is. See if the grass is greener on the other side. If it is, frickin' stay. If it's not and you miss like being with Toyota, go back to a Toyota, you know, and maybe, you know, Toyota does something better with the Tacoma to earn back your customers' support, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I contemplated before getting this Tundra out here, the Voodoo Blue, I contemplated, I was like, is it time to get a Ford Raptor? Is it time? Ultimately, obviously, I said no, it is not the time, because the Ford Raptor that I wanted, it was like 75 grand. And I was not going to buy that when I had just bought in this freaking Land Cruiser and stuff. I think if I didn't have this Land Cruiser and the Tacoma was on its way out and I was thinking about like trading in the Tundra, keeping cash, and then like just having a payment, I probably would have done the Raptor. But the fact that I just bought the Land Cruiser, that was pretty much the thing that told me no, like no Raptor right now. Plus two, I feel like if I bought a third gen Raptor, it would, or the 3.5 gen with like that little refresh, I feel like I would ultimately still want a Raptor R at the end of the day, and that's like a $100,000 truck. So it is totally fine to, you know, go to different brands and all that stuff, just to check them out, see if they're worth it, you know, see if the competition's actually doing better and whatnot. Solar Octane Pro says, I have a 2022 TRD Pro. Are they going to replace hybrid engines too? As of right now, no. They will if yours fails, you know, under warranty and stuff. They'll definitely hook you up and fix you. Probably even too if you're out of warranty, just because it's a known issue, right? Toyota will do good for their customers. And we are slowing down a little bit in the comments. Totally fine with that. We may wrap up this live stream at about an hour and a half. If you guys are new to the live streams, we usually go an hour and a half to about 2 hours. We just talk BS the whole time. But we may wrap this one up a little bit early because I actually haven't even eaten dinner tonight. It's 8:30. AP says, just picked up a new 4Runner. Very happy I was able to pick up exactly what I wanted before production winds down. Heck yeah, if that's a forever vehicle, then that is awesome, man. Congrats. What color did you get and what trim level? Let us know. Hervé says, John, why do you think that Toyota doesn't ever offer a front locker in their vehicles anymore here in the States? Do you think that Toyota even needs to have one given their A-Track system is so good? That is why I don't think they have it, to be honest with you, is because when I was out in Moab, we hit some gnarly stuff with the Tacoma. The only thing I had to do was really put my rear locker on once, and it just took all the driver out of it and it just rolled up. And the fact that they have a front sway bar disconnect, you know, a front locker is nice. And I say this all the time. I'm like, when are people actually going to use it? Like, when are you actually going to use it? I mean, I would rather have the A-Track system that works really good than probably a front sway bar or a front locker. Honestly, it just works so good. So it would be nice if they had it. But again, just more moving parts, potentially something else to break. I don't know. I don't really have a good excuse for that. But I do know that Toyota's A-Track system is pretty good. And it's even upgraded, again, like in these newer models, like it's even better than what it was before. So I think that's pretty good. Ryan says that, yeah, Jeff's AT4X. Guys, if you haven't seen Westcott Designs' Jeff's AT4X, they did a full video talking about this truck. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Excuse me. And Ryan says that Jeff has Ryan contemplating an HD truck. If we make it back out to the West Coast and I'm able to have the desert life and everything with a little toy hauler and stuff, the toy hauler I want, you don't really need a diesel truck for, just because I want to camp in something smaller. I don't need a big, huge fifth wheel. But still, for ease of towing and just it being an actual truck, dude, those HD trucks are pretty sweet. It would be cool if I got a vintage Hilux. That is on the dream list of vehicles in my forever barn one day is an old Hilux or an old Toyota pickup, like an old single cab pickup, like an 82, I think, to 83, like before they went fully square in the front end. Maybe even in the 70s. I don't know when they stopped being fully or started being fully square. But I would want it before that for one of those. First gen 4Runner, there's a lot. Got a underground SR5 Premium. Heck yeah, AP, congrats. It's freaking rad. Awesome. Good color too. I love the underground color. Matt says, just test drove a few prior gen Rangers before I bought my Tundra. I like it a lot more than my brother's 3rd gen Tacoma. Yeah, the Tundra just has all the space for sure. It's nice. It's definitely nice to have space. No worries, Chris. Appreciate your guys' freaking support, man, for sure. Brendan says, when is the interview with Sheldon coming out? So I am going to post on the community tab tomorrow. You guys can put your answers into the poll there that I do. I will be asking if you guys want a full 2-hour video or if you guys want me to break it down and edit it in like an actual just kind of a recap video, or if you guys just want the full 2 hours uncut talking kind of like this. That's how the video is. Daniel says, I like the GMC interiors. If GM didn't have all the engine and transmission issues, I'd consider buying one. 100% agree. The lifter issues that and so here's the thing, right? People are like, oh, Toyotas, they're blowing up. Oh, now they're issuing the recall for all the engines. At least they're doing it, right? GM has had lifter issues forever, transmission issues forever. And granted, it's not all their vehicles, right? But still, it's kind of crazy. That's why if I did go to Chevy or GMC, it would probably be their diesel, right? Because their diesels should be more reliable than their gas engines. And just try to bulletproof it. Get rid of all the crap that's going to allow the truck to not be healthy and good. But yeah. And Greg says, yeah, most people use the rear locker. For sure. If you need it, rear locker. And then with these new vehicles too, with the front sway bar disconnect, really you're only going to be using your front locker if you're kind of like losing traction, right? The front sway bar will help you get traction down the whole time. Deluxe, Diesel, Hilux, Surf are top 5 cars ever made. Yeah, a diesel version of it would be sick. That's why I think I want my 3rd Gen 4Runner that I pick up one day to be is a Hilux Surf, diesel, purple color, or a blue is what I really want. I just think that the JDM 3rd gens look so sick. They look so cool. If I could find my 2nd Gen 4Runner, it'll be that. I want a restored 1st Gen as a beach cruiser. Take the top off. If I cannot get my 2nd Gen 4Runner, I would get a 2-door 2nd Gen because they just look so ugly, but they're so unique. I would get that. The 3rd Gen is going to be a Surf from Japan, diesel. 4th Gen is going to be a V8. 5th Gen, that one. 6th Gen, we'll see. But yeah, that would be really cool one day to have in my 4Runner garage. Hervé, love you too, man. Thank you for the support tonight. We are wrapping everything up, but been with you for about 3 to 4 years. Haven't eaten. Gonna go grab some Taco Bell, blow out my toilet. Have a good night, dude. Just thinking of Taco Bell right now. Enjoy it. I'm gonna live through you, though. I usually get whenever I go to Taco Bell, and it's been a while. And the last time we had Taco Bell, guys, like I hadn't had it in a long time. And just thinking about it, I'm just kind of like, oh, gross. Beefy 5-layer burrito, always get that. I do like the chalupas, but I do like some like gordita crunch stuff too. I haven't had Taco Bell in a long time, and honestly, their new menu that they released, they kind of did like an Apple podcast or Apple keynote thing with Taco Bell, like all their new creations. Taco Bell has some pretty crazy creations. I'm not gonna lie. Gil Banks helps with the development on the Duramax. So yes, better than the GM gas motors for sure. Yeah, with the active fuel management and all that stuff. Yeah, that's why I like it. And the transmissions too, especially the old Allison transmissions. Like they're just bulletproof. They're just such bulletproof trucks. Yeah, I've had a lot of comments on the new Underground. It looks really good, dude. It's such good color, and it changes like in the light too. It'll be like a light gray. It'll be kind of greenish blues sometimes. I'm not sure if you've seen that yet in the truck, but it really changes colors. Also a Toyota lifted SR5 T100. A clean one of those would be very cool too. I definitely want to get some older Toyotas because there's just something about them that's just so nostalgic and so nice. Daniel votes for a 2-hour interview. I can listen to it while at work. There you go, too. I try to keep it as structured as possible with the questions. And some questions actually segued into one another. And I really, really hope that that I answered enough questions that you guys wanted. I didn't go like as hard as some people do. Like at these Toyota events, like what I'm getting at is some people ask very annoying questions that you know that the individual won't answer or doesn't want to answer. And then some people just keep prying and they pry and they pry. And then finally they're just like, hey, we're not going to answer that. So like I try to ask as many questions as you guys asked me in the community tab. And with that too, it was just two dudes just like BSing and talking about trucks as well. Sheldon's service wasn't the best. I tried to get the downloaded version of our interview from his computer, but unfortunately it did not work. So there is a little bit of blurry Sheldon sometimes, and it's totally fine. The audio still came through. So that's all that matters, right? So we should be good with that. Enjoyed it, Ray. Thank you so much, man. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your week. Quinn says, would you get a luxury or an overtrail if you wanted a smoother ride? Also, any news on the hybrid? No news on hybrid yet for GX. I'm going to see how this overtrail plus drives for me this week that I have it. But the luxury drove very smooth. I do remember Blake's overtrail plus being a little bit bouncy. And I'm not sure if that's because of the EKDSS. I don't know. But yeah, taco case is the best there. Dang, a whole taco case, that'd be crazy. Mark IV Supra, man, I wish I bought one of those in high school because those prices of those things are crazy now. I think that the market is kind of leveling out for them because there was some crazy hype. So an IS300, poor man Supra, or is it the SC300? I think an SC300. I think it's the SC300. Yeah. So, yeah, the SC300. So, guys, this one, I don't know why, but weirdly, I like this better than the Supra. I like it better than the Supra, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why. Yes, the SC had a lot of components. Yeah, Ryan's getting this. A lot of the same suspension components, and I believe it also did have a 2J as well. 2J GE non-turbo in the States. However, you can add a turbo to it if you really wanted for aftermarket. So they're a little bit cheaper-ish than Supras, but that would be a dope car to have one day. I don't know if you guys watch Cletus McFarland. Insane channel. Just so good. But there's this old gentleman that works for him now. His name's Sam. And he pulled up in probably one of the cleanest SC300s I've ever seen. Revved it up, and it went completely built 2J, single turbo under it. It's so sick. It is so freaking cool. You can turn a GE into a GTE if you replace the head, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, Sam, exactly right. So Ryan knows what I'm talking about. Longer wheelbase too. Very, very cool car. Yeah, I think that would be something that would be really cool. I saw another question here from someone. Was it Mike? Real quick. Yeah, I think it's Mike. Real quick. Hey, John, emailed you about a week ago about the Beat Sonic. Thanks for the recommendation. I'm enjoying it. Good. I'm glad you are. It's definitely clearer, like at lower volume. If you turn it up a lot, it will get a little bit more distorted. So just keep that in mind. But yes, you can tell at a lower volume. It's pretty much like bypassing a lot of the safety stuff that Toyota put into the sound system, right? But you're hearing a lot of that clarity and the bass a little bit sooner, and it's kind of like a different EQ versus what Toyota kind of defaults their system at. I will be putting it in the Tacoma and Land Cruiser here soon too. Lexus also had the GS300 with the non-turbo 2J. A friend of mine has the SC300 with a 5-speed. And my brother had an IS300 with a 5-speed. Dang, that's crazy. Great motor for its time for sure. Co-developed with Yamaha as well. Yep. So and that's the thing with like the 2J is people. It's a great base of an engine, but everyone thinks that the car just is like 1,000 horsepower out the box. Like if you drive a stock Supra, it's a boat, right? I mean, I haven't driven it, but from what everyone that I read, every video that I watch, like a stock Supra is nostalgia, but a boat at the same time. But it's a bulletproof engine that can hold a crap ton of power, and it looks so good. I had to turn the gain down about 40%. Gotcha. Yeah, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. And install ain't that bad. But guys, I think we are going to wrap up here. Comments are slowing down. Everyone that donated, Walito, Joe, Eric, thank you guys so much. I appreciate everyone coming out to the live stream. If you guys could leave a like before you head on out, if you haven't yet, then I would appreciate it. That way everyone else can see it, and definitely support other creators when you guys watch them by leaving likes, commenting, all that stuff. It really helps out the algorithm. If you guys have time to do that, I appreciate it. Ryan, thank you so much for being up in here. Matt, everyone, Chris, Mike, so many people coming through. AP, congrats again. Hervé up in here, but he's enjoying Taco Bell now. Oh, geez. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week.